and a very good morning to you this fine Tuesday morning here at the University of Nairobi grounds, specifically at the Taifa Hall, where we're celebrating the third annual University of Nairobi Compassion Day. Now, today we celebrate the spirit of Ubuntu, where we come together to help those of us in need. Now, this University of Nairobi Compassion Day officially started in 2022 after the University of Nairobi Senate came together and agreed that there is a need to come and meet the challenges faced by the needy students of the University of Nairobi, and thus the inaugural Compassion Day of the University of Nairobi was held in December 7th, 2022. And now this tradition has been long going, and today we celebrate the third annual University of Nairobi Compassion Day. Now, the University of Nairobi community has come together to mobilize resources to help the students in need, to cater for accommodation, food, clothing, and any other kind of help that we can afford to them. Now, the the University of Nairobi specifically, has a total of over 50,000 students, and the majority of which are government-sponsored students. Now, 5,000 of these students are needy students, and they are in danger of dropping out because of lack of school fees, lack of accommodation, lack of upkeep money, and such. And thus, the University of Nairobi today, the community has come together to channel resources through various stakeholders, through various alumni, through various partners, university staff, and most importantly, comrades. And thus, the call to action is to use it. Watching this broadcast, you can channel any kind of resources in kind and in cash through a pay bill number 4061619. That is 4061619. Account name, your name, or the name of your faculty, or your company's name. Now, if you have any material donations that you'd like to pass on to the students, head over to the University of Nairobi main campus at the Mahatma Gandhi building, ground floor at the room GA, that is the Dean of Students office, and channel your donations through him. Now, if you have any checks, write the check in favor of the University of Nairobi. Now, this Compassion Day program specifically aims to mobilize resources for supporting needy students, to provide mentorship and guidance and counseling to needy students, to enhance awareness about the needy students that we have here at the fraternity and how we can help them, and finally to involve and mentor students in the community and to support them through it. Now, many channels garnered, the donations garnered through this Compassion Day will be channeled to various will be channeled in various forms, including the work-study program, where students can work part-time and get an earning of up to 50 shillings per hour. Can be channeled through bursaries and scholarships. Also for accommodation, for clothing and footwear, for mentorship and guidance, and also not forgetting guidance and counseling, and also for digital learning services. Now, this event so the call to action is for you, a student of the University of Nairobi, for you, a staff at the University of Nairobi, for you, a stakeholder at the University of Nairobi, to channel your donations as little as 100 shillings to the account number 4061619. Account name, your name, the individual's name, or your company's name also, and to channel any kind of donation to the University of Nairobi here at the main campus at the office of the Dean of Students, that is located at the Mahatma Gandhi building, ground floor room G8. Now, today is a special day. We can see people are getting started, and the event was slated for 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. Now, we're waiting the Vice Chancellor and also the Dean of Students. Students are getting settled in the hall, as well as dignitaries, alumni, and also various stakeholders ready to launch and to celebrate the University of Nairobi Compassion Day here at Taifa Hall. Behind me is a band playing, waiting for the program to start. Now, over the years, the University of Nairobi has been helping its needy students, but currently there are over 5,000 students who are needy, and thus the university saw the need to employ other forms of garnering donations for these needy students. And as I've said earlier, this money will be channeled towards helping needy students at the university uh, to cater for their tuition, to cater for their accommodation, to cater for their food, catering expenses, and also their upkeep. Now, the university has students who come from humble backgrounds and cannot afford to pay their own fees. We also have the orphaned students who have no parental guardian to pay for their fees and any kind of financial support and material that they might need. We also have the vulnerable students who, through a certain condition, aren't able to come up with the funds to pay for their tuition, their fees, or any kind of upkeep. We also have the students with special needs, and more specifically those who are disabled in one way or another and are encouraged to apply for this program. Now, and lastly, we have the bright and needy, those who are gifted but are in need of financial aid. Now, the University of Nairobi, through the Office of the Dean of Students, underwent a rigorous activity mid-March, from the beginning of March till around the 15th, where where they they underwent a program where they vetted the students according to these different categories, where they would classify them as needy, as orphaned, as one with disabled, as gifted but needy, and found ways to which they can help them and can channel these resources to them. So right now we're just about to start the ceremony. People are lining up to get into the hall for the commencement of the ceremony. Now, this I had mentioned earlier is the third annual University of Nairobi Compassion Day, and I stated that it had started in 2022. This was when the University of Nairobi Senate had a meeting, and from it they agreed that there was a need to cater to the needs of the needy student community in their vicinity, and thus the first University of Nairobi Compassion Day was held in December 7th, 2022. That is, December 7th, 2022. And since then, this tradition has been long going. It was celebrated last year and also this year with the target of reaching at least 1,000 needy students at the University of Nairobi. Now, considering this being a compassion day, I had mentioned earlier that the channel through which you can donate is through kind and in cash as well. You can donate cash through paybill number 4061619, account name, your name, the company's name, or your faculty name. Comrades are encouraged to support their fellow comrades by donating at least 100 shillings to support their needy associates. Also, if you have any kind of material donation, you can channel it through to the Dean of Students office here at Mahatma Gandhi Building, ground floor at room G8. This could include a lot of things. Could be food, could be clothing, could be shoes, could be electrical gadgets and supplies, tablets, phones, computers. Any kind of donation will be appreciated and is channeled through the Office of the Dean of Students. Now, this will help to raise funds for tuition, for accommodation, for food, and for counseling services for these needy students throughout the vicinity of the University of Nairobi. And a call to action is to you, who is a stakeholder at the university, who is an alumni at the university, who is a comrade at the university, to channel your donations for this University of Nairobi student initiative, or you'll be required to adopt a student at 150,000 Kenyan shillings to support them through their university to see them through their university studies in terms of accommodation, upkeep money, accommodation, tuition, yes. And also, now, as I had stated earlier, now the Now, there are 5 categories of the needy students that we are aiming to support. That is the needy student who is a poor student enough to need help, an orphan, a student who has no surviving parent or someone caring for him or her, a vulnerable student, a student whose survival, care, protection, and or development may have been compromised due to a particular situation. We also have students with special needs, and finally the bright and the needy students. For now, we will cross over to our Swahili segment, and I'll invite our reporter Cleophas to the scene.
Naam, hivi sasa niko katika chuo kikuu cha Nairobi katika ukumbi wa taifa ambako hafla ya kuweza na uzinduzi ya kuweza kuwasaidia wanafunzi werevu na wasiojiweza inatarajiwa kuanza wakati wowote kuanzia sasa. Wale wageni mbalimbali wanatarajiwa kufika katika hafla hii, ikiwemo naibu makamu wa chancellor chuo kikuu cha Nairobi Bwana Stephen Gitahi pamoja na mkuu wa wanafunzi Mheshimiwa Johnson Ireri. Wote wanatarajiwa kufika hapa, na kama wanavyosema kwamba mkono mmoja hauwezi ukavunja chawa. Chuo kikuu cha Nairobi kimeweza kuwaita mawakala pamoja na mashirika mbalimbali ili kuja kuwasaidia katika kuwapa usaidizi wanafunzi hawa werevu na wasio na uwezo wa kujikimu. Katika utafiti ambao umeweza kufanywa siku za hivi karibuni ni kwamba zaidi ya wanafunzi 50,000 wameweza kupata ufadhili kupitia serikali yetu, na kati yao wanafunzi zaidi ya 5,000 wapo katika hatari ya kuweza kuacha shule kutokana na ukosefu wa karo, lishe pamoja na mavazi. Ndio maana chuo hiki kikuu cha Nairobi kimeweza kukuja na kuwaita mawakala pamoja na mashirika mbalimbali kuja pamoja ili waweze kuungana na kuweza kuwasaidia wanafunzi hawa wasiojiweza. Na sio tu karo tu, kuna mambo mengi sana na bidhaa tofauti tofauti ambao wameitwa kuja kuwasaidia kama vile nguo, chakula pamoja na hata sehemu za malazi na hata vile vile kazi, na upande wa ushauri na saha vile vile pia wametakiwa kuweza kuwasaidia wanafunzi hawa wa chuo kikuu cha Nairobi. Na sio hayo tu, ukiangalia wanachuo vile vile ambao waliweza kumaliza katika chuo hiki cha Nairobi vile vile wameweza kutakiwa kuungana na chuo kikuu cha Nairobi kuweza kuwapa usaidizi wanafunzi hawa ambao wako katika hatari ya kuweza kuacha shule. Hivi sasa wanafunzi ambao wanalengwa ni wale ambao ni werevu na hawana uwezo wa kulipa karo. Vile vile wanafunzi ambao wanahitaji maalum, wale kwa Kiingereza tunaita kwamba the special needs students, vile vile pia ni walengwa katika sherehe hizi za uzinduzi ili waweze kuwasaidia katika masomo yao katika chuo hiki cha Nairobi. Utakumbuka hafla hii ni hafla ya 3 tangu kuanziwa rasmi mnamo mwaka 2022. Kwa hivyo hii ni desturi katika chuo hiki cha Nairobi, chuo hiki kuweza kuwasaidia wanafunzi hawa ili waweze kuendeleza masomo yao. Vile vile pia si hayo tu, mambo mengi yanatarajiwa kufanywa katika hafla hii. Katika hafla hii ili kuweza kuwapa ufadhili wanafunzi hawa wa chuo kikuu cha Nairobi. Kama anavyosema kwamba kidole kimoja hakivunji chawa, hivyo basi mawakala mbalimbali wanaitwa, mashirika pamoja na watu mbalimbali kutoka maeneo tofauti tofauti wanahitajika kuweza kufika hapa ili kuwapa usaidizi wanafunzi hawa wa chuo kikuu cha Nairobi. Vile vile pia walengwa katika uzinduzi huu pia ni wanafunzi ambao wapo chuoni na hawana uwezo wa kuweza kulipa karo. Mashirika mbalimbali yamekuja na hivi sasa wanatarajiwa kuja kuwapa usaidizi wanafunzi hawa. Ukiangalia katika siku za hivi karibuni, mkuu wa shule Mheshimiwa Johnson Ireri kwa usaidizi na chuo kikuu cha Nairobi ameweza kutuma viungo katika mitandao yake ya kijamii pale Facebook, Twitter na Instagram, na hata katika barua pepe kwa wanafunzi mbalimbali pamoja na mawakala mbalimbali ili waweze kuja pamoja kuwasaidia wanafunzi hawa, na vile vile wanafunzi pia ambao wako na shida kulipa karo pia wanatarajiwa kuweza kujisajili ili kuweza kupata ufadhili katika ufadhili huu ambao utakuwa unazinduliwa rasmi wa mwaka huu. Kwa hivyo tunawatakia kila laheri wanafunzi wote ambao watakuwa wanapata ufadhili siku hii ya leo na katika masomo yao. Vile vile tunawatakia kila laheri kwa sababu mawakala ambao wanakuja wanasema kwamba hawatakuwa hiari kuwapa wanafunzi ufadhili ambao hawatakuwa kipita mitihani yao, ambao hawatakuwa na nidhamu. Kwa hivyo utovu wa nidhamu na pia uzembe katika kazi za masomo vile vile utamfanya mwanafunzi asipate ufadhili huu. Kwa hivyo wanafunzi wote wametakiwa ambao watakuwa wanapata ufadhili wametakiwa kuwa wenye heshima na taadhima, ili wawe wenye heshima na taadhima na wawe wembe katika masomo yao, ili ufadhili huu uweze kuwasaidia na kuwa wenye ufanisi kwao katika maisha yao katika chuo hiki kikuu cha Nairobi. Kwa hivyo wakati wote ule hafla hii itakuwa inaanza rasmi na naibu makamu wa chancellor Bwana Stephen Gitahi atakuwa anajiunga nasi wakati wote ule, atakuwa anajiunga nasi na ataweza kuanzisha sherehe hii rasmi. Na mawakala mbalimbali kutoka katika nchi tofauti tofauti pia wako hapa katika hafla hii ambao watakuwa wanashuhudia wakati ambapo wanafunzi hawa watakuwa wanapewa ufadhili katika chuo hiki kikuu cha Nairobi. Marion. Kwa hivyo vile vile ningependa kumkaribisha mwenzangu Marion katika lugha ya Kiingereza ambaye ataweza kuwafafanulia zaidi yale ambayo yanaendelea katika chuo hiki kikuu cha Nairobi. Kwa hivyo namkaribisha mwenzangu Marion na karibu.
Yes, that was Cleophas, my fellow reporter. Now, as we had mentioned earlier, today is the third annual University of Nairobi Compassion Day, and there has been a call to support 1,000 needy students at the campus vicinity. Now, picture this. If each student at the university, out of the 40,000 students that we have, can donate at least 100 shillings, the net result will be 4 million shillings. Now, if each partner at the university, out of an average 1,000 partners, can adopt a student at 150, can adopt a student at 150,000 Kenyan shillings, the total will amount to a net of 150 million Kenyan shillings. And if we do this, we can be able to support our students here at the university. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, say that this contributions will support our students in various, will be channeled through various programs. I had mentioned the Work Study program, where the students will be able to work part-time at the university for a fee of 50 shillings per hour each day. And also, we also have accommodations at the University of Nairobi hostels where it will be catered for, and plus we also have food and upkeep money, guidance and counseling services, especially here at the University of Nairobi. Guidance and Counseling Center at the University of Nairobi Towers, and also they'll be able to get all the help that they need in order to complete their studies and become accomplished people in the university. Now we cross over to the event, and we are about to commence the ceremony.
Our Vice Chancellor, sir, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, present with us, deans, members of faculty, our partners, students, friends of the University of Nairobi present today, and those following us. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you on behalf of the Dean of Students, who is hosting this activity today. We shall begin first with the national anthem and the East African anthem and our university anthem, and I ask you kindly to be upstanding.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you that by your divine mercies and grace you've called us to know you, to love you, and to serve you. And even as we serve you, you've reminded us to care for one another. Dear Lord, in your presence we are gathered this morning as University of Nairobi community, friends and stakeholders, to worship you even as we do the noble task that you've given to us to care for one another, to be our brothers and sisters' keeper. We thank you for this great initiative that under your divine guidance, through our University Vice Chancellor and the entire university management, you gave it in their hearts that they should consider a day that we can come together and look around and see who amongst us needs our help and support, and together work as a team, together with our friends and partners, to support one another and to climb the ladder of success together as a team. And so, dear Lord, we are gathered to worship you even as we do this. We pray that you will bless our time together here, that all our giving, all our support, both in cash and kind, will serve as a sacrifice to you, an act of worship, even as you constantly remind us that we belong to you and even every resource that you've given to us. So begin with us, dear Lord, for this great event, and to the end of it we'll give thanks. This is our prayer of faith through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please be seated. University of Nairobi is a home of talent, and we are going to have a few items of entertainment, starting with the University of Nairobi Choir. Then we'll be followed by the Catholic Community Choir and the Scouts. In that order, please.
Let
shall now have the Catholic community. Please come forward. I see quite a number of the university choir members are part of the Catholic community, so faster, a bit faster. Then the scouts, University of Nairobi scouts, be ready quickly. After, I need not to call you when they are done, please. And after that, spoken word will be the last of the entertainments by Hosea Katila. Please be ready as well.
Mara
Well done, our scouts. Indeed, it is manifest that University of Nairobi has talent. I don't think in the future we'll need to have the police band around when we have our own. Thank you very much. Hosea Katila, so that we may end this session of entertainment. Hosea going once.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hosea, and I'm here to do a spoken word. So, I write. How great it is to write. The art that rejuvenates the heart. You may be wrong, but you just write. You'll grow strong, bright, and right. But I have a question for you. Have you ever felt in your heart that something wrong seems right? Like, is it wrong to fight for my rights? Is it wrong to use my other hand than right? So when I've left my left hand, I go for the right. All along I may be right. I'm in a dilemma because she may be wrong, but mother is always right. It is wrong to kill a warrior to give him his right. I may go wrong yet considered Mr. Right. You may write the word wrong and wrongly write the word right. So I write. When I wrong someone, I make it right. Because a wrong is only healed by right. Two wrongs can't make one right, right? So I write. I write about who? I write about you. I write about man. I write about we. I write about men. I write about women. I write about women. I write about human rights. So I write about the life of a comrade. Listen, comrades do not care, but comrades dare. Because happy comrades are rare, and you find sad comrades everywhere. Comrades do not care, but they care to dare. This is because most of them have been raised by single parents. The only mother figure they know is their grandmother. Some of them have been raised by single parents. The only father figure they know is their mother. So comrades do not speak. Comrades do not speak about how tired they are and sick about the society. How many weeks they have gone without even a taste of Sukuma Wiki. So comrades do not care and comrades do not speak. Sometimes when they go to school clinics, actually what they require is not medication. At least I will say maybe the nurses could have tried food, maybe it could heal sometimes. So comrades do not speak, but they have points. So today mimi niko hapa kubonga their points. So comrades, you see mimi kama fan wa Sonko hutanikosa nyuma ya mic nikikwambia kwa psych kwa comrades they are very broke. They can't even afford food for thought. But in the spirit of Ubuntu, we are here today acknowledging the words of Swahili people that kupa ni kumpa, so kupa kumpa, kupae si kupa ni kulipa. So we are here to acknowledge and appreciate and show love to them. Just like Christ, hakutuomba namba lakini alitusave, hata kututumia message ya save for save. Si hakuconsider umashuhuri wake, but his life he gave. So this is what we do today, just to appreciate our brothers and sisters, to appreciate our sons and daughters. You see, they are here studying with passion, at least to find any fruits to take at home. But sometimes their dreams are killed. All the time, comrades keep meals in the name of Kuinama. And that's why we are here today, just to do something to show love to the comrades. So I know comrades wetu hawatumii glue, but hizi line zangu ndio maana wanashikanisha. So comrades, we are here for you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Hosea. I think that sets pace to our agenda today. We know one of the key values of our university is care. UON cares. I have heard that comrades do not care, but UON cares for you. I try to catch that Swahili saying, kupa ni kumpa, sijui finally kulipa. So today we are here, kupa, kupata, kusaidiana, ili tuweze kuishi kama jamii moja, familia ya University of Nairobi who cares. At this moment, I want to call the Dean of Students who hosts us this morning to say his remarks and as well as show us testimonies of what we've been doing in the last 1 year. And after that, welcome our partners, and thereafter, I will take over.
Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Kiama, our DVC in charge of Academic Affairs, Professor Leonida Kerubo, our Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Research, Innovation and Enterprise, Professor Jesang Hutchinson, represented by Professor Munyoki, our Deans of Faculty, our Associate Deans from various campuses, our partners present, staff, students, good morning. Yeah, my name is Johnson Kinywa. On behalf of the Office of the Dean of Students, I will make a presentation and I'll ask the ICT to project. But before I do, as they project, I would like to recognize our partners in a very special way. We can start with the Window International Kenya. Please stand up, Mr. Bramwell Kasaya. Yes, Bramwell Kasaya is from Window International that supports all the refugee students at the University of Nairobi. Then we have a Chinese Ambassador Scholarship Program represented by the Deputy Head of Mission, Mr. Chang Cheese Hong. Thank you very much, and your team. Asante sana. Then we have Africa Digna Foundation, Madam Kenta Istikoro. Yes, thank you very much, Tikoro. Then we have Alumni Class of 1970 Scholarship Fund, represented by our senior alumni, Dr. Betty Mudhoni Gikonyo, the founder of the Karen Hospital. Thank you very much. They spearhead together with Dr. Frank Jenga, the founder of Chiromo Hospital Group. We also have University of Nairobi Alumni Association Scholarship Fund, represented by Mr. Morgan Kiptum, the CEO of the association. Thank you very much. We have Mwelevu Education Program, represented by Maggie Mukira. Thank you very much. We have the Akon Holding, popularly known as Kwetu Residence, represented by Jack Rosario. Thank you very much. We have Mr. and Miss UN, the ambassadors of the UN student fraternity. Please stand up. Mr. and Miss UN. Thank you very much. Those are our student brother ambassadors. We have Darren Hart Foundation, is a student-led foundation who have donated a lot of items. Thank you, Darren. Thank you. So in that spirit, ICT, please project the UN Compassion Report. Yes, and the screen is misbehaving. I don't know whether we'll be able to follow together. If those who have come with the material donation, they can give to the churches outside there, checks, pledge forms, or even M-Pesa, which will be displayed. I want to take you through the UN Compassion Report for the year 2023. 2023-2024, and I say in 2022, the Senate found that there is an increased number of needy students from very humble backgrounds who needed financial and material support for them to achieve their academic goal. As we all know that education is the greatest equalizer, whether you have come from poor background or rich, whether you are white or black, whether you are male or female, whether you are able or able differently, everybody the education makes us equal. And because of that, as the senator in the US said, education is the greatest equalizer. We have seen over 5,000 cases of needy students at the university. But at the moment, we have only 2,000 who have registered formally and who requires support from us. In 2022, when the Senate came, were deciding on this day, it was to be called the Needy Students Day. But after interrogation, we felt that we need to call it compassion because of the feeling and the empathy that comes with the compassion. And compassion is defined as the recognizing the suffering of others and then taking action to help them. It is a tangible expression of love for those who are suffering or in need. So, after the Senate sat on 22nd January 2022, they came up with the annual Compassion Day, of which today is the third Compassion Day. The first Compassion Day was held on 3rd December 2022, the second one 2023 May, and the third one 26 March 2024. And the aim of this Compassion Day was basically to sensitize the university community, our alumni, partners, and other stakeholders on the need to adopt a student either to pay their school fees, accommodation, provide upkeep, work study opportunity, or even material support. And we came up with 5 or 6 objectives of this particular day, of which we are holding today. And the objective of this annual Compassion Day is basically to advocate for the plight of the needy students, to liaise with the relevant partners and stakeholders on behalf of the students, and to source for financial and non-financial assistance on behalf of the needy students, and to provide proficient advisory and counseling services to students, and celebrate the benefactors, the sponsors, and demonstrate the impact they have caused to our beneficiaries. So, through the testimony. And for us to be able to deliver on this mandate, the university appointed a compassion program committee, which comprises of the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic affairs, who is the chairperson. Maybe you can wave Professor Kerumo. Yes, she is our team leader for this compassion. Please clap for her. Then there is a vice chair who was appointed to represent the Senate, Professor Solomon Derese, who will be coming to make his presentation after we hear the student testimony. Thank you, Professor Derese. We have the deans of faculties and the associate dean from Mombasa and Kisumu. Please, the deans from the 10 faculties and the 2 associates. Thank you very much. Then we have the central and the faculty compassion committee, of which I'm the coordinator for the central committee, and we have faculties compassion committee led by the by the dean, and comprised of other faculty members. Then we have assistant deans of students, chaplaincy, and all the staffs of the dean of students are part of the compassion program. Then in the recent, we have identified a passionate Kenyan, a student by the name Daniel Kalonzo, who has launched a needy students welfare association. Please, Kalonzo, stand up. We recognize you. He has mobilized a lot of students who are needy. Thank you. And then we have student secretariat led by Whitney. Whitney, where are you? Yes, Whitney is there. So the purpose of this committee is to identify the needy student in their faculties, register them, evaluate their needs, and make recommendation for support. And then also fundraise resources from the external partners. And this, Bana Vice Chancellor, this program has been devolved to the faculties for effective delivery of services. So even after this, we are going to go faculty by faculty to ensure that we strengthen the systems on the faculty to make sure that the students are well taken care of. We go to the next slide. We have, I know the screen is a bit tiny, but we have the number of registered students. And in agriculture, we have 195, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, 559, Built Environment, 75, Business and Management Science, 114, Education, 444, Engineering, 85, Health Sciences, 121, Law, 71, Science and Technology, 240, Veterinary Medicine, 44, total 1,948. But there are others who have not registered formally. For reason, I don't know, but they're still coming to the office to seek support. So in total, we are saying we have 5,000 students. Slide number 2, we have also another special category of the needy students, We call them students with disabilities. And this is for the year 2023-2024. In terms of, we have 5 disability or 6. We have physical disability, we have visual, we have hearing, we have mental or intellectual disability, we have albinism, and we have speech disability. In terms of physical disability, we have 82. Visual, we have 43. Hearing, we have 16. Mental disability, we have 8. Albinism, 5. Speech, we have 4. Total, we have 158. So these students require special care in terms of mobility within campus, the accommodation where they stay, the visual aid and hearing aid, and therefore we treat them also as part of the needy students who need to be taken care of in a special way. So, Bana Vice Chancellor, the Compassion Program, as we developed the Compassion Program guideline by the Senate, it focuses on 5 areas of support to those needy students. The first one is the scholarship and bursaries, which the 8 partners who have stood here have actually done tremendous, which I'll be showing the amount they have contributed in the last 1 year. Work study program, which you are champion for the work study program. This year we have 546, but last year we had around 942 students, all taken care of courtesy of the work study program which we launched. We say you earn while you are learning. Then we have accommodation, which we work with the catering manager to subsidize their accommodations for those who come with nothing and they need a lot of support. And Mr. Opole, the host manager, supports in that. Then we have psychosocial support, where we have the counseling and wellness services, which have attracted a multitude of students who are seeking psychosocial support. And finally, we have material donation. And right now, I've seen a lot of materials donated, ranging from clothes, food. But the most important is the smartphone, tablet, and laptop for them to be able to do the online learning, which continually continue at the university. So the second slide, I'm going to show you the report on the Compassion Day, for a report for 2022, 2023, and 2024. We opened a pay bill number in 2020 during the COVID, whereby we were mobilizing resources from staff and students, and we opened 40616109, and that pay bill, the staff and students have continued to support. In 2022, we raised 278,282, and during that period, we supported 8 students in fees only, school fees only. And in 2023, last year, we raised that amount to 397,177, and we supported 16 students. And this year, 2024, by yesterday, according to our pay bill number, we have raised 417,016, and we hope to support around 21 students. And I've seen a lot of messages, especially from the School of Faculty of Business Management, Faculty of Business and Management Science. They have actually sent me a lot of money this morning, and many others who may not have known. So we hope this amount will hit a high number. And the amount may look small, but according to Zechariah 4:10, it says, "Do not despise the days of small beginnings." This is our small beginning as our university. It's part of the journey which we have set. And in addition to that, staff students also donated clothes, food and non-food items, which were distributed to 168 students in 8 campuses. To recognize, Bana Vice Chancellor, the role of the partners or the benefactors, the donor and the sponsor, in the last 1 year, we have raised 30,988,105. Please clap for the partners, which has contributed to supporting 1,115. And if you can see, the Widow Trust, which supports about 181 refugee students here in Kenya, they gave us 20,332,322. Latans Education Trust, 5,270,000. The Chinese Ambassador Scholarship, they gave us 1,775,000, which supported 22 students. Latans supported 205 students. UON alumni gave us 1.3 million, supported 76 students. Dr. Betty Gikonyo team led alumni class of 1970. They had given us 500,000 in the other year, and now they added another 500,000 last year and is supporting 5 medical students. Please clap for them. Africa Digna Foundation, represented here by Kenta Istikol, contributed 248,625 for law students in the Faculty of Law, which is supporting 8 students. Joe Wanjui Foundation is also a former, former chancellor, gave us 160,000, which supported 10 STEM students of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Then Akon Holding, South Face Scholarship from Spain. They gave us 96,480 to support 4 female students from marginalized areas. Akon Holding Limited, Kwetu, gave us 225, 175,000 for the awards of the best students who have excelled and they are very needed. And then around 50,000 for the valedictorian of 2023. And in total, we have supported 8 students with that fund. Solar Panda, the one I've put asterisk 3, Solar Panda is one of our great partners that takes our needy students. So far, they have taken over 50 students who are very needed to give them what we call part-time jobs or work-study program outside the university. And in total, last year, they have supported 25 students who are paid around 30,000 for the upkeep, and that translates to around 6 million. Mwerefu Education is a US-based NGO. They have taken 30 students, of which per year they are supporting with around 150,000, translated to 4.5 million. Then UN Work Study, where the Vice Chancellor is the patron, is sponsoring 541 students with a budget of 10,820,000. Thank you very much for that. Please clap for the partners who have done a tremendous job. In terms of work study program within the universities, we have 5 categories of students who are benefiting from the Vice Chancellor's work study program. We have custodians in the hostels, we have library and security assistants, we have kitchen assistants, and we have office assistants. In total, we have engaged 465 from distributed across faculties, plus 76 office assistants, making a total of 541 who have benefited in this 2023-2024 academic year. And finally, but not the least, in terms of number of registered needy students, I think that's a repetition. As we said, we are catering for 5 areas. One of the areas is psychosocial, which you cannot touch. And last year, through the help of the UNESCO O3+ program, we launched one of the state-of-art UN Wellness Center to take care of the students who are actually stressed financially by family issues and so many things, to take care of that. And so far, we have attended to around 350 students, and they come daily to that center, which is at the tower, 2nd floor. They come for academic-related issues, adjustment to university life, alcohol and drug and other addiction, bereavement, grief and loss, career concerns, disability concern, emotional issues like depression, anxiety, among others, family, relationship, financial needs, health concerns, including VCT, personality concern, issues to do with self-confidence, personality disorders, reproductive health, counseling, sexual harassment and assault, which I also add, we have also established a gender desk, which we are collaborating with the Nairobi Women Recovery center to deal with the sexual assault issues. We have spiritual matter, which we have chaplains have done a lot of job, stress, depression, and trauma. So as we move on, it's a pictorial presentation on work study group. This is the class led for Faculty of Arts and Social Science, who are helping us to spearhead the Needy Student Welfare Association through work study program. Then we have the next slide is the Widow Trust International scholarship program that has benefited 181 refugee students. And one of the refugees has actually become the president of the student organization called Monica Marith. She's a beneficiary of that. She's from South Sudan. For the first time in the history of the 50 years existence of the university, we have international students, and not just international, a refugee who has become a president in 2023-2024. The next photo is showing University of Nairobi Alumni Association Scholarship Fund beneficiaries. The alumni, since Dr. Betty was the chair since 2005, I think it has benefited more than 2,000 students and counting since you took over in 2005 as a chair. And they continue to give us an annual check of 2 million and going. The second one is the Chinese Ambassador Scholarship Fund. You can see the ambassador Ping Chang invited us to the embassy to receive the checks and presentation to students, especially during COVID. And so far, the embassy has supported us with over 120 students today since we launched the Ambassador Scholarship. And the next photo is the photo of Dr. Betty and Dr. Frank Jenga. They are sponsoring 5 medical students, mentoring and also interning 5 medical students. And recently we visited the Karen Hospital and also Shiroma Hospital Group for visitation and for mentorship, which the students have benefited a lot. And the next photo, we are working with Akon Holding to provide some accommodation for needy students. And those arrangements are made on a competitive basis. They have also given the awards and also internship to work in the accommodation section. And last year, the valedictorian of the year was awarded with 50,000 Kenya shillings. And finally, but not the least, we have Mwelevu Education Global Work Study Program, where 30 students are mentoring American kids in Maryland, Baltimore. And next, we have made a deliberate effort to take care of our students with disability by building an enabling environment where persons with disability achieve excellence at the University of Nairobi by supporting them in making them that their life at the university is taken care of. And finally, the Chancellor, the immediate former Chancellor, Latans Education Trust, have actually supported 205 students last year. In 2023, and over 1,000 students since she launched support with the University of Nairobi, over 1,000 students have actually benefited. Finally, another list is our vision as a university is to be a world-class university transforming society. And to achieve this, we must make the education an equalizer. And that equalizer is only to make sure that we support the very needy and the very vulnerable for them to achieve their academic potential here at the University of Nairobi. Asanteni sana. I now want to play a video, but the screen is misbehaving. But we can play the video just for the stakeholders of this great university can see the impact of their donation and their support. Please play the 1 or 2 minutes video. The sound is still misbehaving.
Students.
In October 2023, I met my good friends and colleague Henry Lydell from
financial challenges, the University of Nairobi offers a work-study program through the Office of the Dean of Students and Career Services. The office has recently partnered with Mwerevu Education to create more earning opportunities for the students.
In October 2023, I met my good friends and colleague Henry Lydell from Mwerevu Education, an NGO based in the US, and he said he's looking for teachers who can teach kids in America on English and mathematics. I said, is it possible? He said, yes. How? Online.
We are getting some students who will be tutors or interventionists from Nairobi University, and they will be training children in USA. And the children can be in any state. It's an online program, and it's a very good platform for the students to get a work study.
Mwerevu Education has a global focus on empowering individuals with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed in their careers and in life, consequently bridging the gap between the United States and the rest of the world.
Africa is the largest continent, in this world, and it boasts. You have 1.5 billion people, and here in Kenya you have about 55 million people. Kenya has the highest literacy rate, so for us it was a no-brainer to tap into this deep level of talent that has high unemployment, for us to create opportunities here, but also reached out those very rich pool of talent so that we could provide resources and services to our global community.
30 students out of the 400 plus applicants were competitively selected to participate in the program along with the first cohort. This is a significant turn in their lives, opening doors to countless opportunities.
I hope we'll help those students to improve their grades in mathematics and in English, and also us, we hope to gain. For me, I believe that it will help me to raise money, to help me clear my school fees balance, and help me so that I can accomplish my educational goals.
To me means a lot. It means that I'll get to know their culture, I'll get to know what makes them more successful than Africa, and then it is a chance also to showcase Africa that we have also a potential. You can also, Africa can also provide good.
I'll get some financial aid which will help in my upkeep, since it has been a challenge to run those day-to-day activities. And also secondly, I'll also get that international experience at the comfort of my place of study at home and everything about it.
Being only at its initial phase, the partnership's future looks bright for the students at the University of Nairobi.
The University of Nairobi had a rich history providing quality education, so we wanted to develop a formal relationship with University of Nairobi, as well as a few other institutions here, to recruit the top talent.
It's a program that will enrich them, one, in skill-wise. They hone their skill, they will earn something, and also expose them globally to another cultural environment. That means it's in line with our mission of the Office of the Career Services to develop holistic, market, future-ready graduates who are globally competitive. So from where I sit, this program will make them globally competent, what we call global citizenship. Thank you very much. I now call upon Professor Solomon Derese to make his presentation.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Stephen Kiama, the DVC Academic Affairs, Professor Leonida Kerubo, the DVC for RI, Professor Margaret Hutchinson, represented by Professor Munyoki, who is the Director for Research, Senior Management of the University of Nairobi, Deans, Chairs of Department, student, staff, alumni, and partners of the University of Nairobi, good morning. I am one of the about 4,000 or so staff of the University of Nairobi who has first-hand experience on the challenges some of our students coming from humble families face as they pursue their studies. due to lack of adequate financial and material support, they are unable to focus on what brought them to the university, the pursuit of acquiring knowledge and skills so that they can contribute meaningfully to society. Myself and many of you have come across students who go hungry. The student who shared, as the spoken word says, comrades who cannot even afford food for thought. And let us all be the instrument to bear the burden of our needy student by providing financial and material support. One of the prayers Christians do, one of the songs Christians cherish when they go to church is "Use me, Lord." So this is one of the opportunity. The Lord is going to use you to help needy students. We are gathered here today just to do that, to help needy students. I don't know if you will be able to share my slides. Kindly share my presentation. Yes. So this today is a culmination of the activities we've been running over the last month to help contribute material as well as financial support to help our students. Can you go to the next slide? The new model used by the government to support students who score C+ and above and join university, the government classify the students in 5 bands depending on their needs, from bands 1 to band 5. So based on that, students get from 95 to 60% of government of Kenya support. The support is not 100%. There is part of the fee students need to raise from household, from their family. They need to raise from about 5% to 40%. And students coming from many families are finding it very, very difficult not only to pay the balance of tuition fee or afford food, afford clothing, afford shelter. And as a result of these challenges, they are unable to engage in their academic studies. Next slide. Okay. One of the core values of the University of Nairobi is care. UON cares. We care about the welfare of our staff. We care about the community. And most importantly, we care about our students. We cannot just sit and see our students struggle when we can come in, help in whatever way we can. We may not be able to solve the problem completely, but we can contribute something to help alleviate this problem. So this is an appeal to your compassion. It's not a request, it's not a demand, but an appeal for your compassion to do whatever you can to help alleviate the challenges students face. So I'm just appealing to your kindness. And it says, no one has ever become poor by giving. And whatever small contribution you make will change. Little kindness may change someone's life. I don't want you to believe that you do not have adequate resources to help solve a problem. Whatever small you can afford, which you can give, contribute towards alleviating problems. So we have close to 3,000 to 5,000 students who come from needy families who need our support. it might look a daunting task to raise the resources required to fund their studies in whatever way. But it is possible. First, there are many ways through which we can achieve this. First, charity begins at home. As members of the University of Nairobi, who have first-hand experience of the challenges comrades face, we can come together and do something about it. Mwalimu for mwanafunzi. All of us who work at the University of Nairobi, one way or the other, are involved in teaching of our student, be it the security guard, the VC, and all of us are involved in such. So at the University of Nairobi, we have about 4,000 staff. Then if each of us commit to give 1,000 shillings per year, commit to give 1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings as a sum, it might look a lot of money, but 1,000 shillings is just 84 Kenya shillings per month. If each of us commit to regularly, yearly, contribute 1,000 shillings towards this goal, as members of the University of Nairobi, we can easily raise 4 million Kenya shillings. It is possible. Only need to do, we just allow the finance department to organize ourselves, whether it be through check-off, whatever means. Make contribution regularly without fail. The other thing is comrade for comrades. I know many of our students are struggling. Of course, comrades do not have a lot of money, but the comrade can afford 100 shillings per year. 100 shillings per year. I want to encourage each of you to buy lunch for a comrade at least once a year. Lunch on the average at the University of Nairobi student cafeteria costs 100 shillings on the average. I want each of you, even those of you who are struggling, just buy one lunch for a comrade, 100 shillings. So from about 40,000 students, if each of you contribute 100 shillings, at the end of the day, we'll raise 4 million Kenya shillings. Together, we can solve challenges our students face. In the university, we have a number of organizations. We have corporate social responsibility. Bwana VC as the UON. UNES, Chuna, WASU, Kudea, KUSU, the University of Nairobi Student Association, as their corporate social responsibility. Whatever you give will help alleviate this problem. So it's just a harambe, which is part of our culture. It is possible because we have a number of partners who partner with us. A number of them, I thank you, all of you, for your contribution towards this. But if we all come together, it is possible. It is possible because we have a number of alumni, like Professor Betty Kikonyo, okay, who come to help. And we are very grateful if you all come who are blessed, because we all come from humble family. We have all gone through a number of challenges, and it will be a blessing to be part of society that helps, that contribute towards that. As believers, we go either to go to church or we go to mosque or to the temple, etc. And our goal at the end of the day is to go to heaven, isn't it? So let me just share something from the Bible, okay? Matthew chapter 25, verses 37 to 40. Allow me to read, I know, but allow me to read all the same, okay? Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, and thirsty to give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger that we invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? And says, I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you come to visit me. The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me. Okay? Whatever you did to help comrades get adequate food, adequate clothing, adequate shelter, and contribute to their fees, you've done it for the Lord. So allow the Lord to use you as an instrument to do his work. And so with that, can you put the next slide? Just, okay, with that, I want to make a compassionate appeal to all of us here, and give whatever you can. The pay bill number, I'm removing my phone. The pay bill number, I encourage all of us to give something small, however small it is. The pay bill number is Lipa na M-Pesa pay bill. The pay bill number is 4040619. And then the account number is the faculty you've come from, okay? Whichever faculty. Like I come from the Faculty of Science and Technology. If I want to associate it with my department, I put stroke chem, and then I give 1,000 shillings. So I have contributed 1,000 shillings. And if all of us do whatever we can, and then allow the Lord to use us, it will go a long way in supporting our student. 1,000 shillings feeds a student, a comrade, for 10 days, okay? This student will concentrate on his or her studies for 10 days. It is significant. Students, please contribute 100 shillings, okay? So. And most of us have friends, colleagues who might be interested in helping needy students, who may not be aware. So kindly talk about this, share this about this campaign. This campaign is not just today, it's not going to end today. Today is just a celebration, a culmination of the activity, the drive. But our students will continue to need your help. So let's commit ourselves to support our students. Share with your family, with friends, with whatever, at your place of work, in church, in your chama, and the like. At the end of the day, we'll be able to raise the funds that are required to help our needy students. The help can come financially, which is very important, but many of our students struggle because they do not have ICT facilities. Like yesterday, one of my fourth-year project students was supposed to write his concept note. And I was thinking that students, because of the experience from COVID, every student now comes to university at least with a laptop or a tablet. That's not the case. The student does not have a basic laptop to type his project, to attend classes. So you might have a computer, which you have retired, a tablet, which you have retired, which you do not have use for it. Kindly send this to the Dean of Students. You might have some shirts, some shoes, which is looking nice, but it's not fitting you. Like, for example, I've gained some weight. I know I have some shirts which I'm not fitting in, which are no more useful for me. I should be able to give to my students. And thank you very much. Please, let's help our needy student. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Professor Solomon. Before I invite our two partners to make remarks, allow me to invite one student who is taking care of the welfare of the students, Mr. Kalonzo. Please come over. Where are you? You only take 2 minutes, maximum 3.
Thank you very much to our Vice Chancellor, our deans, our partners, prestigious faculty members, my fellow scholars at the University of Nairobi. Good afternoon. I'm Mathias Kalonzo, the chairperson of the Needy Students Welfare Association at the University of Nairobi. Today, it is an honor to address you all in this special occasion of Compassion Day. Today, we come together to celebrate kindness, empathy, and the spirit of giving back to those in need. At our university, we have a strong community of students who have dedicated to making a positive impact and supporting each other through difficult times. The Needy Students Welfare Association stands as a beacon of hope for those facing financial hardships and challenges in pursuing their education. Needy Students Welfare Association, in collaboration with the Office of the Dean of Students, looks forward to identify and assist students who are struggling financially and provide them with the necessary opportunity, support, and so that they can continue with their education without any undue hardships. We are also creating a network of resources, including scholarships, grants, and other financial aid opportunities to help alleviate the financial burden of the needy students. To organize fundraising initiatives and activities to raise funds for the needy students, Welfare Association, and the support programs and the initiatives. We promote awareness and advocacy for the financial needs of students in the university community and encourage a culture of support and solidarity among students. To collaborate with external organizations, donors, and sponsors to expand the reach and the impact of the Needy Students Welfare Association and enhance its ability to support more students in need. Our vision is to create a campus community at the University of Nairobi where every student has access to the resources and support they need to succeed academically, thrive personally, regardless of their financial circumstances. Our mission is to provide a safety net for needy students, offering financial assistance, mentorship, and guidance to ensure their academic success and well-being throughout their university journey. I urge every one of you to embrace the values of compassion and empathy, and to extend a helping hand to those in need within our university community. Together we can make a difference and create a more inclusive and supportive environment for all students. Let's show the power of compassion and unity by coming together to support those who in need in most. Remember, a small act of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. Let's continue to be a source of hope and inspiration for one another. As we are looking forward to launch the Needy Students Welfare Association, I call upon all the people of goodwill, University of Nairobi alumni, our partners, and the UN fraternity at large to support the needy students for them to be able to achieve their academic goals. We are 100, we are 50 shillings, we are 1,000, and we are 1 million will help these students to achieve their academic goal. Together we are stronger. Let's unite to make our world-class university an epitome of excellence. Education is a weapon which can be used to change the world. Thank you very much for your attention. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Daniel. Allow me to call two partners also for 2 minutes. I will start with Widow Trust International, Mr. Bramwell Kasaya.
Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor and the DVCs the university management, the teaching and the non-teaching staff in this university, students, alumni, fellow invited guests, and all other people who are here. Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Good. Greetings from the Window International, Kenya. I am actually representing the executive, each other's commitment to supporting not just needy students, but actually fellow human beings, our young brothers, our young sisters who need our support. A little bit about Window International Kenya. Actually, Window comes from the name of the founder, who was teaching staff here many years ago. The history and the relationship between this university and the founder, Windle Pilkington, when he was teaching, and it goes back to close to 50 years ago, when he was teaching here, despite having come from a very well-to-do family background in the UK, he was teaching here, and when he was teaching, he realized quite a number of needy students. And so he became friends to them and would host them and would take care of them. And eventually, he started a foundation. And all the way from 1978 up to now, he died. Actually, he passed on after, when he was away out of this country to raise funds to support more students. Yet, his spirit lives on up to now. And so that has gone on up to now until right now, and specifically this year, like our very good Bernardine said, Window is partnering with several other partners, which include the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the German Embassy, and many others, to support close to 200 students in this university. And all these students, like he said again, are refugees. They are visitors who have been welcomed by our very good country. And they come from different, actually more than 8 different countries of origin, which include South Sudan, Somalia, Ethiopia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Eritrea, and many other countries. The fact is, these students have found a home in our country. And yet, because of being away from their home, they need to be supported to pursue their ambitions. And many times when we interview them, they will always say, my interest is to be able to acquire education so that I can go back home and cause change and transformation in my community. Now, one of the examples of this actually these very students is the current minister for fisheries and blue economy in Jubaland, Somalia, who is Honorable Ahmed Hassan Omar. Omar studied in this university, and he was so delicate when he came in. But as a result of the very enabling environment he got from studying in this university, he flourished. He came from the Dadaab refugee camp. But in the process, he studied, he was very well mentored. And eventually, when he was living here, his vision had so widened that he said, I can no longer go back to the Dadaab refugee camp. I want to go back to my home country. And that is what he's doing. Him, among the many other students who have come from the war-torn countries around Kenya, are contributing quite positively in reconstructing and rebuilding the war-torn countries. I'd like to just let you know, as a university community, you are doing wonderful work. We would like to continue to work together so that we can see the vision, not only of these young people, but also of this bright Africa, even becoming better, and so that Africa can shine. Just coming to a conclusion, it takes me back to my grandfather. My grandfather one day walked me all the way from his tiny house to River Nzoia. Those who know River Nzoia is in Western Kenya. And along the banks, my grandfather told me, I'd like you to look at this water. I looked at it. I wondered what this old man is up to. Then he told me, have you ever seen this river growing thin? I thought to myself, how can a river even grow thin in the first place? And he told me, you see, this river never grows thin because it is always replenished from elsewhere. But also it's because it is always giving to the Winam Gulf. That is the Nyanza, and some other people call it Lake Victoria. And so he told me, we sat down, and he told me, you need to learn, my grandson, always to be giving like this river. Whenever you give, the one who brought you and made you to be a river will always apply for you. When you fail to give, the trouble is you'll grow thin. And that is what I would like to leave with each one of us, not only myself or any other partner, but everyone who is a human being, that we have been created with the ability and the uniqueness of being like a river. We always have to give away, not because we pity, not because we feel so bad for other people, but because giving is our nature. Thank you very much, and thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Bramwell. And now I call our senior alumni, Dr. Betty Gikonyo, to say a word. And the next will be the DVC.
I think it's right, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. We are very grateful as partners to have been invited to this occasion. And the two of us who are speaking are representing the very many partners. And if you don't mind, all the partners, if you could stand, because whatever I'm going to say, I'll be saying on your behalf. Please stand. The partners, I know you stood earlier. Just stand. It's good for you to be recognized, not just once, but as many times as possible. Thank you very much. Let me start first and foremost thanking the Almighty God, who is the giver of everything. And whatever it is that we have been able as partners to bring to the table is by the gift of God. It's a gift from God, and we really thank the Almighty for that, and we don't take it for granted. The University of Nairobi is celebrating the Compassion Day, and I saw the theme is Compassion Day, assisting needy students. And indeed, we are grateful to be here. Let me acknowledge, on behalf of the partners, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiama, the DVCs present, the professors present, other academic staff present, the management present, and of course, all the guests who are here and our very, very precious students who are here. We want to acknowledge your presence and to thank you, because indeed you are our hosts and we are your visitors. Let me just I stand here to represent the class of 1970, specifically the medical class of 1970, the doctors who started their journey on the 4th of July in 1970 here at the University of Nairobi, who sat on the seats that you are sitting here in Taifa Hall to be allocated their responsibilities before we were taken to Chiromo to stay there and stay there of all the time that we were in medical school and had very little contact actually with the main campus. These 80 doctors who entered the university in 1970, it's the 4th of July, have come together as a group and determined that they wanted to support some needy future doctors. And we were able to have the Dean of Students and his team identify 5 needy medical students, the future doctors, the future cardiologists, the future psychiatrists, to be supported by the class of 1970. And as that class of 1970, we, the alumni, are proud that we have been able to meet the 5 students and taken them to 2 of the hospitals, the current hospital and also Chiromo Hospital. We wanted them to see what it is that we do and what they will do once they are done with their studies here. It is a great honor and indeed a privilege to be able to support students of our alma mater, the University of Nairobi. We are very proud to have gone through this university. I personally, and together with the 80 doctors in my class, we were here for a total of 5 years, undergraduate, and another 3 years postgraduate, a total of 8 years spent at the university. That is the time that we were really young adults, and we became older adults, I must say, by the time we left the university after 8 years. And I had the privilege also as a person to be appointed to the University Council, which I served for 11 years. And I am very grateful for that opportunity because it opened another door, and that was to found the Alumni Association of the University of Nairobi, which was launched on the 5th of February in 2005. And I was the founding chairperson, and I served in that capacity for 7 years. And I can see some of the people who are chapters, chairmen of chapters right here. And it's great reunion, and it's great privilege to know that we have been able not only to support the students, but to serve the university in different capacities at the council and also as members of the Alumni Association. Currently, I'm the chairman of the board of directors of the current hospital, having served as CEO for 16 years. And time came when I needed to retire, from active practice of medicine and to do things like I'm doing today, attending Compassion Day of the University of Nairobi. Ordinarily, I would have been looking after children with heart problems because I'm a pediatric cardiologist by profession. I bring the apology of Dr. Frank Jenga, a psychiatrist and also founder of a hospital, Chiromo Hospital, and he was not able to come. But I also come with the greetings of all the surviving members of the class of 1970, because you can imagine it is some 50 years, from 54 years from the time we are mentioning 1970. It's not a short time, and God has taken quite a number of us, to the next kingdom of glory. Thank you very much for inviting us as partners, and as partners, we are grateful that you saw it fit that we could come and be part of this celebration. As you can tell, I did not have a speech, and I can only thank Mr. Kenyua, who trusted that I could speak off the cuff, without a speech, and therefore gave me 10 minutes notice prior to the yes, to be able to give this presentation. But I am not complaining, Mr. Kenywa, because you have given me, an opportunity to speak on behalf of a lot of partners. Thank all of you good-hearted people, you partners who have parted, with gifts of financial gifts and others, and have enabled students who otherwise would not have been able to access education. Indeed, as the late Mandela said, education is an equalizer. Education is the tool by which we all move from good to great. And indeed, it is a privilege. And indeed, and we must repeat that, it's a privilege to be able to help. We who read the Bible say no, that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And the good professor gave us a whole chapter to read from the book of Matthew, so I'll not repeat that for everything that we have done, we do to the good, we do it for God. We do not do it on our behalf. And for those of us who are been gifted, mine would be a great appeal, one, to all the alumni of this great university. It made us who we are. We would not be who we are without the University of Nairobi. We need to give back to the university. The Alumni Association is one avenue through which we can give. And then the alumni can also give now to the needy students and other programs of the university. I appeal to all alumni to come back to the alma mater and remember that our generation is the generation that did not have to worry about tuition fees. We did not have to worry about food. Everything was covered by the government. I know the students today cannot believe it, that you walked into the university without a penny. You were actually given pocket money. You walked in the university, without any accommodation, and you are given, for us, in the medical school, in the women's halls, a room to share with only one other girl. That was like a hotel. We lived a luxurious life. And for that luxury that we were given, courtesy of taxpayers, we do owe the society something to give back. And I appeal to all alumni of the University of Nairobi, who are very many, to come back home. I also appeal to people like myself who are running businesses, to remember that whatever we are and whatever we do is because of the University of Nairobi, to be able to contribute towards the scholarship funds for not only medical students, but also for other students. We appeal to all good wishers, all well-wishers, to please come forward and be counted, so that when all is said and done, we'll have made a big difference in the life of the students, who will benefit. And as I conclude, I just want again to recognize all our partners and to tell you, asanteni sana. Thank you again for your generous hearts, and continue to increase the amount of funding that we are giving. And I can promise that when I take the message to the class of 1970, they will be challenged that the current students will be graduating in 2 years' time, that can we then consider another group of students who we can also support, because God has been gracious to us. And with that, thank you very much, and thank you for allowing me to represent the partners. And thank you, Kenywa, for trusting me without a speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daktari. She was my boss and still my boss at the Alumni Association when she was the chair and I was the CEO. We still have that relationship. Thank you very much, Daktari. And now it's my honor and privilege to invite the DVC in charge of academic affairs to make your remarks, and also invite the Vice Chancellor to make his remarks.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to thank Betty Gikonyo for the good work. I know there is a way that God always gives back severally. If you don't realize then the benefits from your giving, then of course your generations are the ones who will benefit from the blessings of God. So let me just read my speech, which I made for you. May I acknowledge the presence of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Stephen Kiama, honorable partners and benefactors, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research, Innovation and Enterprise, represented here today by Professor Julius, by the Director Research, the University Executive Board, the Senate members, the chairman and members of the Compassion Day Committee, staff, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's with great pleasure and humility that I welcome you to the University of Nairobi Compassion Day. Today we come together as a community united by a common purpose to extend our hands in compassion and solidarity to our students who are facing financial challenges in pursuit of their academic dreams. As the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, I stand before you with intense joy. Our university has always been more than just an institution of higher learning. It is a community, a family where care and empathy thrive. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to those values by coming together to uplift our fellow students who face extraordinary challenges. Our students in need, hailing from humble backgrounds, carry dreams in their hearts, dreams of education, knowledge, a better future. But sometimes life's hardships threaten to extinguish these flames. It is our duty as a compassion community to fan those flames back to life. Since the University of Nairobi initiated this noble cause, about 24 students have benefited to a tune of over 670,000 in tuition fees. Moving forward, the 10 compassion committees at faculty levels, working closely with student leaders, will continue to drive the compassion activities of mobilizing support from well-wishers for our students. The funds and resources we raise today will serve as a lifetime for many of our students, enabling them to access vital necessities and basic amenities such as food, clothing, and accommodation. By contributing to this noble cause, we are not merely offering financial support. We are affirming our belief in the inherent worth and dignity of every member of the university community. Your resolute spirit of compassion and solidarity is a testament to the strength of our collective resolve and our unveiling commitment to the principle of leaving no one behind. To our students who are grappling with financial hardships, I want you to know that you are not alone. Your university stands beside you, ready to offer you support and assistance. Never hesitate to reach out and seek help when you need it. Together, we have the power to transform challenges into opportunities, to uplift spirits, and create a more equitable and inclusive University of Nairobi community. Your generosity and kindness exemplifies the true spirit of compassion that defines our university. Let us continue to work together hand in hand to build a brighter future for all. May I express my deepest gratitude to our partners, collaborators, alumni, staff, and students of the University of Nairobi for your dedication in making this day a success. May I also thank the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi for his support, together with the members of the Compassion Committee, led by the Dean of Students and also Professor Solomon Derese, for a job well done. May I now take this opportunity to welcome the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Stephen Kiama, to give his opening remarks. Thank you very much.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I want to acknowledge our partners who came to join us for this important event. I see the team from the Chinese Embassy who have been our friends for a long time supporting us. Betty Konyo and the group of the 70, the Widow Trusts, and all other partners. We are very grateful that you came and you have been patient with us, even as Kenya was giving all the things that you have been able to work with us and we have been able to achieve. Today we gather here on this Compassion Day. It's a day for the university community to reflect and to think about those who are in need. Yeah. It's just a day set aside. We expect that we will be thinking about this all the time, 12 months. Whoever who is in need, to see how to come in and assist. But this is a day we set aside for everyone to just begin to think about those who are in need and what we can do to reduce their suffering of whatever kind. We know in the University of Nairobi that we receive the best students. And Betty Konyo has mentioned here, because it was the only university, and they would admit Kenyans and all other communities from the whole of the country, anywhere. They will come. This is the first time they are here in Nairobi, but at that time, the government had the systems to support those students here. But things have changed over time. You know, later on, government introduced loans. And loans are still with the stipend, yeah, or boom. So we didn't feel it. We just signed off that loan, those who are there, like myself, because we were still getting the stipend. Only later that we were told that we must get a certificate to be cleared by help, yeah. And we went and cleared that. Then later, government introduced pay as you eat and the accommodation, yeah. And now the students start feeling some weight. Now, I think Solomon has mentioned, there is new introduction now again about the new funding model, where there is going to be an assessment of each student background and see how much they should contribute in fees. What we need to be aware of as a university community is that sometimes those systems are not perfect. And in other cases, even circumstances change. Yeah. And how now the government system will change with you as circumstances change. You will lose your parents and all that. You may find someone who was able to pay tomorrow falling off. So it is important that as a university community that we think about this together with our partners. Betty has mentioned about the alumni. We actually have
graduated many people in this university who are serving in both private and corporate sector and doing very well. We continue to call upon them to come back and support the university and support our students to ensure that our students also proceed and complete their studies and do as well as them, if not better. Because that is the world we are moving into. So we want to have everybody come to support this, so that we ensure that those students who are admitted at the University of Nairobi, none of them falls away because of something we could have done as a community to ensure that they complete their studies and proceed to do that what they are commissioned to do, and that is to subdue the earth here, to be able to contain the diseases like many are doing, to go and contain issues of food security, to go and contain issues of how to harness the environment and buildings, all kind of things, because that's, we train in all areas where people ensure that the planet we have is much better. So when you get this student complete, then they go and do that, what they were created to do. So you are part of just that, contribute to that purpose of that creation when you support that student. And your life will be better as it will be for that student as well. So this, to me, is just a day for, as I said, just a day for reflection. But we expect that this is a process that will continue in the university, and those who belong here in the community and those who have graduated, who are ahead of us, and those others who work with us in different ways, and Solomon has mentioned, because we have various stakeholders, whether it's Chuna, whether it's UNES, whether it's the banks we work with, whether it's the suppliers we work with. There are many people who survive with this, from this ecosystem. And if each one of them say, okay, I'll be contributing this, I'll be contributing this, then we will get even more students supported. And that is why we, at one time, 2 years ago, we introduced this work study program. We started off with 5 million a year. Now from this year, which is heading in 30th June, we went to 10 million. And even the following year, the year coming, we have also allocated 10 million in our budget. And we hope that this kitty from the university side will continue increasing. The only thing hours we do as a university is we also give the students some work to do. Then we pay them. Because we see it's an opportunity for the student to own the university, and also it's an opportunity for us to mentor the students in the workplace as they do something. And they begin to have a sense of pride when they are paid because of work they did, that they earned the money. And they get those values that it's possible to be acknowledged, to be recognized for the work that you do. So we hope that we can continue to get even more partners, even as we enhance this kit ourselves, to also support us in this work study program, in absorbing our students, wherever our partners are in the country, to give them some work, because the student will be available not the whole month, it will be available for hours. You have them in an evening, you have them in the morning to just do a little work for 2 hours, 3 hours, and you pay them, And then they are able to support their stay at the University of Nairobi. I think with this few remarks is just again to thank all of us for answering to the call of this University of Nairobi Compassionate Day. Asante, and God bless you.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor. We now come to the tail end of our program, where we are going to invite our partners. And the Vice Chancellor will ask you to come again, but let me call Naomi, please come. We will call the partners in this order to stand here and receive our certificate of appreciation for the good works you are doing in impacting the lives of our needy students. May I call Widow Trust International Kenya, represented by Bramwell. Then Chinese Ambassador Scholarship Program, represented by the Deputy Head of Mission. Africa Digna Foundation, represented by Kenta Istikoro. Alumni Class of 1970, represented by Dr. Betty Gikonyo. The UN Alumni Scholarship, represented by Morgan. Mwerevu Education, represented by Maggie Mukira. And Kwetu Hostel, represented by Jackie, in that order. And then Naomi, you can give to the Vice Chancellor in that order. We'll start with the ambassador, Chinese ambassador. Then Dr. Betty Gikonyo. Naomi, Dr. Betty Gikonyo. Thank you, Ambassador Ching Hong Zhang. Thank you very much for the support you are giving to the university, and we look forward more collaboration and support. Now is Dr. Betty Gikonyo receiving a certificate of appreciation on behalf of class of 1970 alumni medical student. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. The second is Africa Digna Foundation. Kenta Istikoro, thank you very much for your support. We will get a group photo. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Then next, who is next on the line? Kasaya? Bramwell Kasaya from Widow International Kenya. Thank you very much for supporting the University of Nairobi refugee students. Asante sana. Next, Margaret Mukira from Mwerevu Education. Please receive your certificate of appreciation on behalf of the Mwerevu Education Trust. Asante sana. Next is Jackie Losario from Kwetu Residence, or Akon Holding Group. Yes, the official accommodation partner of the University of Nairobi. And thank you very much. Asante. Next is Morgan Kiptum, the CEO of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association. Thank you for supporting needy student of the University of Nairobi. Next is finished? Yeah, we can now have a group photo with the Vice Chancellor holding your certificate. Yeah. DVC, please come over. And maybe Professor Nderese, please come over. Thank you very much. You can have a seat. But Vice Chancellor, there are some people who want to make donations and they want you to receive. So you can remain for a minute. Felix Mbidi, is it Felix Mbisi? Alex Mbisi? Mbidi from Chairman Main Campus Christian Union want to donate on behalf of the Christian student. Morgan Kiptum, you wanted to make a presentation? Yes. And anybody else who has a check? Father Kaikwa? It is time now, and I'll be the recipient. You can announce what you are giving, and from who. Father. Ah. They are out here. Thank you. Yes. Mchango ikuje. Wow. Thank you very much, Shuna Sako. We appreciate. Any other person? Yes, Kiptum, our alumni, our strength. Yes, the biggest check. How many billions? Yes. Yes. Wow, about 1.8 million from alumni. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prof. I'm the recipient of that. Now I call Lucy. Oh, Muslim Student Association. Yes, Mohammed. Thank you. He has brought cash. Muslim Student Association of the University of Nairobi. Musauni. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lucy Gekundi. She will pass photo of thanks. Lucy Gekundi is the Assistant Dean of Students in charge of Faculty of Law. And those who are donating material, our ushers are receiving outside. Yes.
Thank you, Dean of Students, the Vice Chancellor, University of Nairobi, Professor Stephen Kiama, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, Professor Leonida Kerubo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation, and Enterprise, represented by Professor Munyoki, Deans of Faculties, the Dean of Students, our partners present, invited guests, colleagues, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Yes, mine is a very humble duty just of expressing our gratitude as a university to you all for taking part in the UN Compassion Day 2024 and contributing to this noble cause of supporting our needy students. We don't take it for granted. Allow me to start by thanking God for the gift of life and giving us an opportunity to gather here today and make a difference in the lives of our needy students by making a contribution which gives them an opportunity to pursue their life goals through education, which, as we have been told, is an equalizer. I wish to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kiama, for the leadership and guidance that you continue to provide, especially in your determination to ensure that no student is denied an opportunity to pursue their education due to their backgrounds. It is worth noting that the university has provided a huge budget to support the needy students through the work-study program. Let us give our Professor Kiama, the VC, a round of applause for that. Thank you very much for that commitment. To the DVC Academic Affairs, Professor Kerubo, who is also the chair of the UN Compassion Committee, we sincerely wish to thank you for your guidance throughout the preparations for this Compassion Day. We are witnesses that it has taken a lot of planning, a lot of consultations, and we wish to thank the DVC for taking time and going out of our way to ensure that these efforts are consolidated and directed towards supporting our needy students. And we have seen as a result of this DVC, we have had a very successful Compassion Day, and we wish to thank you for that. God bless you so much. We also would like, in a special way, to appreciate our benefactors, our partners, And just to mention them, they have been mentioned many times, but allow me to mention them. The Joe Ajuri Education Trust, Window International Kenya, Ratansi Education Trust Scholarship, Chinese Ambassador Scholarship Program, South Face Scholarship Program, Africa Digna Foundation, Alumni Class of 1970 Scholarship, UN Alumni Scholarship, Morevu Education from the US, Akon Holdings Limited, that is Kwetu Residencies, and Solar Panda. We wish to thank you most sincerely for your kindness that has gone a long way in ensuring that our students are being supported and that they can now concentrate on their studies. We know that when somebody is suffering, they have not paid their fees, they are not able to provide for their upkeep and all that, they cannot concentrate. But with your support, our students can now concentrate on their studies without having to worry about their financial situation. We look forward to continued collaboration in supporting and mentoring our needy students. Thank you very much once again, and God bless you. To our deans of faculties, thank you for coordinating the activities at the faculties and for ensuring that we have come together from all the faculties to support this noble cause. To our Dean of Students, who is the host for this event, thank you very much for ensuring that this day is a success. You have coordinated the activities preceding this day seamlessly. And while we appreciate that this is a continuous effort, and it is not something that we do in one day, we appreciate the fact that you are the point of call for the students every day when they have issues, and for that we sincerely thank you and assure you that you can continue to count on our support. To the UN Vice Chair, to the Vice Chair of the UN Compassion Committee, Professor Ndelese, thank you very much for coordinating the effort. You have coordinated the deans, especially through the Senate, and ensuring that whenever you end a meeting with the Dean of Students, the VC, they were well briefed, and you also briefed us very well to ensure that this day was a success. Thank you very much for that. To the central heads of departments, we've seen the support that you have accorded us. We thank you for that. We know you work so much behind the scenes to ensure that our students are well supported. Finally, I wish to thank each one of you who has made an effort in one way or another to ensure that this day is a success. My colleagues, the students, your effort and input ensured all went well. Please feel appreciated. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
We have come to the end of the program, and before Father Kaigoa leads with the final prayers, after prayer, we will have a group photo of VC again outside Taifa Hall. And then for students, after the guests have left, you'll come back here. Somebody has organized for you refreshments, which you'll exit through the back door. Take your refreshments, yes, somewhere. But thank you very much. I now invite, and those who want material support, please, you'll come to the office of the dean or any other assistant dean in the faculty. Guided all the students to remain behind. Then the rest, we go for a group photo outside Taifa Hall. Thank you.
We are coming close to the end of the Lenten season and the Ramadan, and apparently both of them happening together. So we would want to wish all of you good celebrations of Easter, breaking from Thursday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday. Let it be an inspiration to all of us, a continued inspiration for what the Lord calls us to do, to be compassionate. And now let us conclude with a word of prayer. God our Father, we thank you for this day, that you have called us together to reflect on your goodness, on your providence to all of us. And having called us as well to imitate you in your providence by opening our hands to those who are needy, who are needier than us, that we may manifest you in their hearts when we touch them by giving them, particularly our students. We thank you for the gift of the many students that we have, the gifted students that you have brought to the University of Nairobi. Help us to continue preparing them to service in this country through inculcating in them good values, teaching them and imparting knowledge in them that they may use this knowledge to steward creation as you have given them the gifts to do that. We want to ask you, Lord, to continue inspiring us as a university, while we lead others in many ways, that we may also lead in knowing you, in loving you, and in serving you as we do today. Grant that, Lord, after this, the events that remain during this day may come to a completion, and that we may turn back and say thank you. Prepare our hearts, Lord, for the celebration of the death and the resurrection of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, in Easter, and help us as we gather together with our individual families, that we may continue reflecting on your goodness. Grant, Lord, that those who may travel from this university to meet their families may travel safely and come back safely to continue doing what you have called us to do. And we make our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. And may the God Almighty bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Agasa Easy. I'm a third year. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Public Administration. When I came here in first year, I couldn't be able to be admitted because I didn't have enough school fees. By then, our school fees was 59,000, and I couldn't manage to pay all of it because I have a single parent who is ailing from various sicknesses, and she is not employed. But when I was in 1.2, that is in the first year, second semester, I met the Assistant Dean of Students, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, by then Mr. Samson Mutinda, who directed me to Mr. Paul Muya, the Assistant Dean of Students as well, and helped me. By the end of second year, I was awarded a scholarship of 75,000 shillings from Chinese embassy, and they really helped me because I've been really struggling working up and down when we are in long holiday, and make sure that I cater for my needs. In terms of accommodation, I've been staying in Bahati for quite some time, but now I'm residing in the hostels. And I think it is good that I got that scholarship because it has helped me as well to get some other money to pay for the hostel, because it catered almost 70% of my third year and fourth year school fees. Upkeep, I've been working at the office in the office of the Assistant Dean of Students and our study program as an office assistant, and they pay us some money that helps us to keep on going, you know, day in, day out activities. Immediately when we came back from long holiday for 3.1, that is in third year, that is in the last year, academic year 2023-2024, that is around October. That's when I looked at my portal and I got, wow, I've received a scholarship of 75,000 shillings from Chinese. when I didn't have enough money to pay for my school fees and for my upkeep, for my accommodation, honestly, I underwent depression. And I had even had some ulcers, but later on, after the Chinese scholarship gave me the scholarship of 75,000, they paid for my school fees. At least I was relieved. I stopped thinking. I came out of depression because they have really helped me so much. 75,000 is not such small amount of money. Yeah, so they have really helped me psychologically. I can really